Atoms of different elements come together to form compounds, but they do so in different ways that depend on the elements in question. And the way we can tell what kind of compounds they will make is by looking at the electronegativity chart. Two nonmetals from somewhere over here will tend to make covalent bonds with one another because they have similar electronegativities. That means they have similar capacities for holding on to their electrons. But if a metal and a nonmetal come into contact with one another, because their electronegativities are dramatically different, the nonmetal will typically steal one or more electrons from the metal. A metal like potassium, apart from having a low electronegativity, has a low ionization energy, meaning its valence electrons are easily lost. And a nonmetal like chlorine not only has a high electronegativity, but also has a high electron affinity, meaning it is energetically favorable for it to gain electrons. So the one valence electron in a potassium atom will be transferred to chlorine so that both atoms have a full valence shell and are happy. Of course, this transfer of electrons results in ions, which are atoms with a formal charge. And we know that opposite charges attract one another, so the potassium, which has lost an electron to become positively charged, called a cation, and the chlorine, which has gained an electron to become negatively charged, called an anion, will come together to form strong electrostatic interactions called ionic bonds. And when enough ions come together to form a lattice, we can call this an ionic compound. Ionic compounds will be neutral overall because the cations and anions will come together in such a way so as to cancel out each other's charges. This can often be in a 1-to-1 ratio, such as with this compound, since each +1 charge is canceled out by each -1 charge. Or the ratio can be something else if the magnitude of the charges is not the same, such as with potassium sulfide. Here we have a +1 cation and a -2 anion, so there must be twice as many cations as anions to generate a neutral compound. If an ionic compound is made of just two elements, it is called a binary ionic compound. And now we know a bit about ionic compounds.